Of course, the other main story of the weekend, Liverpool throwing away that 2-0 lead at Ellen Road. 2-0 and 3-2, of course, to draw with Leeds. Mo Salah again on the bench, and oh boy, did he make some headlines after the game.
Wow.
Sitting on the bench for 90 minutes, I think that's the third time I'm in the bench. I think it's my first time in my career, but I'm very disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed, to be fair. I have done so much for this club. Everybody can see that during the years, and especially last season. Sitting on the bench, I don't know why. Seems like a club is throwing me under the bus. That's how I feel it. I think it's very clear that someone wants me to get all the blame. The club promised me in the summer for a lot of promises and nothing. So far, I'm in the bench 3 games, so I can't say that they keep the promise. And I said that many times before. I had a good relationship with the manager, and out of the sudden, we don't have any relationship. I don't know why. It seems to me, how I see it, it's someone doesn't want me in the club.
I don't know if you noticed there, a couple of the journalists in the background, you saw them licking their lips and punching the air as they were listening to Mo Salah.
You couldn't believe that. Have you ever heard an interview where somebody's got it more wrong in their life, no?
Well, has he got it so wrong? That's the question. And
well, I think so, Jeff.
Right.
I think as a player, it's a shocking interview.
But is he being made a scapegoat?
No.
You know, because, look, he's arguing from a position of weakness in some respects because he's been terrible this season by his own standards.
That's why
he's not the only one, Coisty.
Correct. Absolutely. But Liverpool have got better players in that position to leave him out, I think, rather than perhaps a centre-back, or whether you want to talk about Kerkez at left-back. You know, the difference there is not, I think, if not minimal, it's not as large as they've got the quality in forward areas. He's been playing poorly, Jeff. He's one of the best players we've ever seen in the league. He's been dropped and left out for no other reason than he's been playing poorly. Now, for him to say he's been made a scapegoat, I think's absolute nonsense. And for him to say, oh, I've done so much for the club. By the way, Mo, the club's done so much for you.
Yeah. Look, completely agree. Just one thought, though, Coisty. Do you think there might be an element here of the Liverpool hierarchy have looked at their position, looked at their weaknesses, looked at their strengths, and thought, we made a mistake by offering you a new deal, and are trying to force him out?
Excuse me. The answer is I don't know, and nobody knows. But the hierarchy would certainly be thinking, because we're thinking about it. I mean, we're talking about all the usual things come out as, you know, is he now resting in his laurels? You know, is he on the downward slope when you always reach eyes? All these questions inevitably get asked. That doesn't mean the answer to them is yes, right? But the fact of the matter is, will they be questioning it? Of course they would. Yes, and that is only natural, because see if he'd started the season and he'd banged in about 11, 12 goals and he'd 7 or 8 assists, they wouldn't be thinking that. But because he's not, and because his form has dropped, that automatically, whether it's right or not, we don't know, but it automatically comes into people's heads, because that's what happens. That's football. I just think, I don't think they'll be doing that. I genuinely don't. However, Jeff, if the deal came back on potentially in the winter, then it would certainly be something that I think, by the sounds of things, both parties might think about.
Yeah. Right, let's take a quick call. Mo Salah dominating the headlines this morning. Is his Liverpool career over? Let's speak to Jonathan, who's a Liverpool fan. Morning, Jonathan.
Morning, Jonathan.
Morning, lads. Great show as always. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks,
you, Jonathan.
So whose side of the fence are you sitting on? Are you sitting with the club and Arne Slot, or Mo Salah?
Oh, come on, Jeff. They're being a bit naughty here. Salah is a club legend. He goes down. You've got Dalglish, you've got Gerrard, you've probably got Salah third on that list. This lad has single-handedly carried the football club through, you know, some average times. He's won us the league last season with an unbelievable performance. Are you honestly saying that he's the problem? Drop him one game, no problems. Most of the fans I speak to, went to the last few games I've been to, he's underperformed. Yeah, he looks affected. Is it Jota? Who knows? Drop him again, fine. Drop him a third time, that's making a statement. Now, The club have released some statements through Joyce, etc., absolutely trying to nail him. It's not Mo. It's taken the focus right off Arne Slot, and that's very, very naughty. Let's go back to Slot. What's he done in the last 10 games? I think it's the worst run in 70, 71 years, something like that. This is not on Mo Salah. Absolutely not on Mo Salah. I looked at some stats yesterday, and I think he's second in terms of assists, second in terms of balls into the box. He's world class. He's having a bad season, but it's not his fault. And to make him the scapegoat, he's absolutely right. His English gets lost a little bit because obviously he's Egyptian, but his point is valid. Don't make him the scapegoat. I won't have it. I will not. I'll defend him. Honestly, I will.
Jonathan, so you reckon because he's been left out the team due to poor performances, he's been made a scapegoat?
What he's saying is, Ali, he's saying, I've earned the right not to be in the team. What he's trying to say is I've earned the right to judge me. I'm not a new player. I've not been here a season. Slot's been here 1 year. Okay, yeah. And he's made all these changes, and we're not working now. And now the argument is, yeah, has he won it with the Jurgen team? I'll leave that for another day. What Mo's saying is, judge me not on this season. Judge me. Where's the loyalty? We're a loyal club. Where's the loyalty? Yeah, I've been here 8 years, and I've never let you down. And the first second that I have a bad run, a little bad run, you blame me? What about the coach? What about all the other players?
But Jonathan, they're not blaming him. They're not blaming him. He's been left out the team due to poor form. I agree with him. You said he has been unbelievable, arguably one of the best. That's not up for debate. Take the coach out of the situation. Take Arne Slot completely out of the situation. In my opinion, Mo Salah, on current form, probably doesn't deserve to play in the Liverpool side.
Okay, does Canate and does Gakpo?
No, but I made the point. I made the point to Jeff, Jonathan. I made the point to Jeff, and I might be wrong, and you might disagree with it. I think it's easier to drop Mo Salah. He deserves to be dropped because you've got other players in those areas. I think it's harder. Now, I'm not saying Van Dijk and Karate's form has been good, because it's not, but it's harder to drop them because the replacements in that particular position aren't of the same quality.
Okay, well, I'll come back and I'll say, right, the left winger, Gakpo.
Yes.
A lot of Liverpool fans are going, okay, what did he do? Dribbles down, cuts in, right foot, that's it. You've got an Italy international, Chiesa, who every single fan thinks, you know what, he's trying his hardest.
Agreed.
He can't get a sniff. Why not pick that lad? As for the back, you've got Joe Gomez. Up until a few years ago, before those injuries, he was an England player. He's still quality, but you're telling me Canate, with all these mistakes, couldn't be benched for a game or two. Yet you've got Salah, who we haven't actually got a direct right-wing replacement, because Wirtz is not a right-winger. I don't think you don't play Ekitike on the right wing. So it seems an odd one. Like, of course, drop people, and I've got no problem with him being dropped for 1-2 games even. But to drop him for 3 when he's going to AFCON, that suggests you're not dropping him to save his legs. You know, you're dropping him to make a statement. And
Jonathan, I've got to stop you there. There are so many people want to have their say on that, and so many people have got very differing views.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan.
As well, thanks very much indeed, Jonathan. By the way, Josh the Villa fan says, sorry, have I missed the 2 minutes of Villa chat about us beating Arsenal? Or does that come later? Josh, no, you didn't miss the 2 minutes of Villa chat. You missed the 20 minutes of Villa chat that we had at around 6:35 this morning. Got to put your arm on for 6 o'clock, Josh. You never know what you're going to miss.